everyone. Welcome back to the Jill Lublin Show. So glad you stopped by today. And I have an amazing woman that I'm blessed to work with as a client. She's truly intelligent, spectacular, and you're going to love her too. Her name is Vahbiz Shroff, and she's an internationally credentialed conscious leadership coach, facilitator, and career consultant in the healthcare and STEM industries. Her coaching philosophy is fueled by deep commitment to nurturing self-awareness, fostering growth mindset, and driving sustainable results for individuals and organization. She's the founder of Your Best Coaching, and she brings a wealth of expertise from the biomedical research, business, and organizational development experience to help you live your best life, both personally and professionally. She's served on numerous boards for the International Coaching Federation, and she is a coach, trainer, and mentor. Welcome, Vahbiz.
Thank you so much, Jill.
So glad you're here. I know you have this wonderful, heady intellectual side of you, and a coach servant's heart. We might call it I made a little note here, science meets leadership, right?
Yes,
and like a scientist with a coach's heart.
Beautiful. Yes, well said.
Tell me what that means.
Yeah, so like you rightly pointed out, right? I come from that intellectual background, analytical background. So, I like to research things, analyze things, and look at it from the intellectual perspective. And then I am very deeply rooted in the conscious leadership, spirituality, the spiritual side of, everything, that makes our life worthwhile and fulfilling. So, being able to combine those two things and then offering it to my clients, to people around me, I feel like that is just very fascinating and enjoyable.
So let me just ask you, because, obviously scientist is a very specific area. And then you've got all this wonderful, personal growth and transformational side of you. Mm-hmm. How did that happen? Like one day you woke up and you went, oh, I think I'm switching, or really, how did it happen?
Yeah, a lot of people ask me, was it midlife crisis? And no, it wasn't. It was a long time coming. And, I've heard you sometimes speak, you have signs, you get a little bit of, insights and, intuition that, okay, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. This just doesn't feel authentic to me. This doesn't feel right. And even though I had a lot of the intellectual fulfillment, there was always something lacking in my role in the healthcare research. And that prompted me actually to go to a coach and just talk to her. And when I spoke to the coach, like literally within an hour, like there were so many light bulbs going off. And I was like, I wonder if I could do that for all my other colleagues, my students, whoever are in this profession, and how wonderful it would be, to be able to think and see clearly. So that's how my journey started. And then I just pursued the training and kept going. I just kept falling in love with it over and over.
So it wasn't like, okay, I'm no longer the scientist. It's really a blending now.
Yes.
Yeah. And I see that you saw a hole, so to speak, in the own fields that you were in, healthcare and STEM industries, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And for a long time, I pursued my healthcare research, my oncology research. And alongside, I started to introduce coaching programs, trainings in the organizations.
Marvelous. So you actually already started in there, because I know that, you are coaching within healthcare and STEM industries. And I'm just wondering, what recommendations do you have? Like, why in those industries?
Yeah, again, such a great question, because as you know, that industry is number one, very fast growing, right? It's expanding by the second and the minute. And it is the industry where there is the most burnout. right? The demands keep going up, the support and resources are not yet there. People are expected to, again, like you said, blend that medical knowledge and the medical dedication towards patient care research along with, and they're expected to step into leadership roles as the industry expands. And that often, and when people are not authentically feeling that like it's a good fit for them, that's when the burnout occurs. Right.
Hmm.
And
And
particularly post-pandemic, there were few people holding down the fort, and then there was a significant, like almost like a mass exodus from the whole industry.
wow, really? So you
Yeah.
saw it really even worse in these past 3 or 4 years, is what I'm hearing
Yes,
specifically.
and
Yeah.
I come from a family of healthcare providers and medical first responders and people like that. So I've seen it firsthand, and the impact it has on their families.
Huh. Uh-huh. And well, and you too obviously have lived it firsthand.
Yes.
So in terms of providing the best, shall we call it, care for these people in the industry, what would be your number one recommendation? Of course, yes, working with a coach, someone like you, to absolutely help them step by step this through their days, through their months, right, through their whole life. But and would that be a good first step? And just additionally, what might you say?
Exactly. Yeah, Jill, you're spot on. The first step would be to just seek out a coach, whether it's in their organization or if they find it outside of the organization, and just starting to talk, because this profession, also the other thing is they're expected to be very guarded and very like even keel or like nothing's wrong with them. And so being open and vulnerable about what they're going through, and also taking time to just slow down and be get aware about what do they want. Is this where they belong? Does this fulfill them every single day of their life, and what more do they see for themselves?
Hmm. Oh, those are great questions. Let's repeat those just so people really hear that apart. I thought that was really good questions for somebody to ask themselves. And by the way, I think this is great questions for anyone listening here today
Yes.
to ask yourselves. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So some of the questions they can ask themselves is does this authentically align with me? Do I belong here? Does this fulfill me?
Hmm.
Right? What else is there for me?
Oh, I love that. So really, as you're listening to this, all of you, reflect on that. I think that's really powerful and good questions to ask yourself. Now,
Mhm.
I'm curious because, you're a scientist by training. What led you into that?
Again, great question. Yeah, ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to, I was very intrigued by science, any kind of science, just like you said, the STEM sciences. And I had a passion for like human sciences. I wanted to be a surgeon and find out what goes on in your nervous system, what happens in the brain. And so surgery was my path. And that's where I had focused, since high school and college. And then I grew up in India. And at that time, years ago, like almost 2, 3 decades ago, there weren't a whole lot of opportunities, particularly for women to, advance the career in that field. And I could not pursue surgery. Um, and I still wanted to stay in the biological sciences. So the next best thing for me, because of my curious mind, was research. And I loved that. And so that's how I pursued my doctorate and continued my research in
I
oncology.
love that.
Yeah.
And your curious mind, and I think that leads right back to the scientist's mind with a coach's heart, which I think is a wonderful way to describe you.
Yes.
And all of that curiousness has led you
Yeah.
now into a new way to serve healthcare companies, right? And really stay focused on what you know, and the people that are serving us best, you're going to help them. I love that.
Yeah, and thank you, Jill, because you made such a beautiful connection, and it's the connection, but for coaching, because coaching is nothing but staying open and curious. So
Mm.
as a coach, the more curious you are, the more you support your client in exploring, okay, what else is possible? What else could be behind this? What else could be beneath this? And so you're absolutely spot on. That is that curious, nature and personality that's helped me even with my coaching and consulting.
I love that. And again, she just gave you all, I hope you all heard this, 3 great questions to ask yourself. I'm going to ever repeat them because they're very valuable. What you said it again, if you would please, what's behind it, that part?
Yeah. So what's behind it? What's possible? What's behind it? What's underneath it?
Yes, all good questions. And again, I just want all of you to hear this is a broad question for all of you to ask yourselves, no matter what industry you're in. It's going to help you in your day, in your life, with what you're up to. And I think really great, important internal questions for pondering, we'll call it,
Yes.
and frankly, life changing for you, Vahbiz, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, those have been life changing. Yeah, my life has been better. And I'm not saying, okay, everybody quit the medical or research industry and go to something else, or go to coaching. And yet, I will say that thank God for my coach who supported me and encouraged me in following my path and my vision and purpose. And because of that, I love what I do. I love every single day of my life.
Oh, that is so beautiful. And what a blessing for you to say that about what you love. And I just hold you as a wonderful mirror for others to make sure that you love, all of you watching, what you do. And listen to Vahbiz with some of the questions she asked. It's really, I think, pertinent to all of us at
Mhm.
this time. Very powerful, Vahbiz. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you
Well,
so
I know that people are going to want to connect with you, and I would love for you to let them know how.
Yeah, sure. So they can, the best way to reach me is they can email me. It's very simple. It's my first name, Vahbiz, that's Vahbiz, at livingyourbestcoaching.com. So that's
Uh,
my business email, Vahbiz at livingyourbestcoaching.com. And they can also connect with me on LinkedIn. And I'd love to get on a call. I can share my scheduling calendar and link with them, and they can hop on a call. I'd love to connect.
Marvelous. So please do that. We'll also post that in the show notes. But
Yes.
Bees, any last words or just things you must share right in this minute?
Yeah, again, I just come back to being unapologetically you,
Hmm.
and being authentic. And for those who are already out there in their careers and they feel like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this for 20 years now. How can I shift gears if I feel like this is not for me? I'm here to say, do it, trust yourself. If your instincts are telling you, uh, just follow them, and there is no right or wrong timing, right or wrong answer or direction, uh,
That is great. And I'll just, take out that phrase to all of you to see called follow your instincts, right?
mhm. Yes, yes,
Beautiful.
absolutely. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you for being with us here today. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Jill. And I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. So I'm
Oh,
so blessed to have you as my mentor and coach as well.
oh, thank you so much. And to all of you, I appreciate and we appreciate you stopping by today and hope that we've given you some great value and more to chew on and be with to make your life better. Check out jilllublin.com and I will see you at the next show. Bye for now.